What's up, guys? It's Tim here again from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're going to be taking a look at my range bag. The actual bag is the LA Police Gear Jumbo Bailout Bag, so I'm not going to talk a ton about it because there's a link down below. If you want to actually learn about the bag, you can just check out that review. This bag has been through the paces. It's been my car survival bag. It's been an EDC bag for me very briefly. It was just too big for that purpose, but now it's my dedicated range bag. And for me, when I go to the range, there's two main places I go. There's a multi-use recreational area here in New Hampshire, and I hike about probably half a mile from the trailhead parking area right off the road back into kind of an old quarry area where they have a range set up. And then the other place I go is up in Maine. My buddy has some property and he has a range kind of built into the lower portion of an embankment. So for both those locations, we're not more than half a mile away from some sort of house or some sort of parking area where there are going to be people available. So this is definitely not a wilderness survival bag or anything like that. It's not a range bag with wilderness survival in mind. It's just a bag I'm going to take out to the range if I'm going to go out there for, a couple hours someday. So let's start down on the end here. I do have one of the Vapor anti-bottles. This is one of the larger ones that Vapor makes, and I like this just because it's easy to compress and throw in here, and also it's one I had available. My other water bottle is being dedicated to another pack, so that's why I have this one in here. I've got just some general information. If I get any odds and ends, I'll put them in that end pocket. This is since changed, but I was using this for a while. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, the 50-round FBI qualification course, information on the different stages and what it takes to qualify. And this is just something I would use as far as a, something to keep in mind while I'm doing training. In the front section here, I've got some safety glasses. I got these out at SHOT Show. Pretty basic. They are from Champion. I think these were actually given out free when I was out at SHOT Show. I have a very basic hooded poncho in case it starts to pour. I almost always have rain gear on me if it looks like there's going to be any weather, but just a little bit of a backup there. And then I have a garbage bag. This can serve a variety of purposes, but most of all I use this to actually collect any garbage or scraps or things that I want to get rid of. When I'm out at the range, people just leave their junk there sometimes, so I can throw that in there to get rid of any trash. And then down here on the bottom, it's a little bit hard to get out because it's crammed down all the way in the bottom of this pocket, but I have a 25-foot measuring tape, and this is if I want to pace off or measure off different distances from the target. I've got that in there. This top pocket here, just got a cheap Winchester type, Leatherman type tool, and it's nothing fancy, but if I do need to do any little repairs, I have this on me. I have picked up since a couple other real Leatherman, so I'll probably swap this out and put the real Leatherman in there. In this pocket, got some Ear Pro. Let's see, so for 3 different people, if anybody comes to me. And then I've got some Warrior wipes. These are just for general cleanup. And then one other thing in this pocket looks like. Oh yeah, there's some more Ear Pro. Again, these are things I picked up at SHOT Show 2013, and I just keep them in as extra Ear Pro because I do have a pair of earphones inside. This bottom pocket, you can see that in there. I've got some duct tape, and that can be used to tape up targets or for a variety of different purposes out the range. And then over here, I think this is the only thing I have in here. Yep, just some mechanics gloves. Good for warmth since it's often cold here in New Hampshire all throughout the year. Just a little bit of extra warmth, and I can use these when I'm out shooting. Spinning the bag around to the other end, I have over here some Repel. And this is huge when you're out in the woods in New Hampshire. Anytime that's not winter, you got bugs out there, so that's nice to keep them away. Ticks, flies, black flies, mosquitoes. Got my spool tool down in here, and I've got a review for this as well on the Everyday Tactical Vids channel, and I'll put the link for that down below. Great item. Spool tool is a great U.S. company, veteran owned. Definitely want to check them out. In these front pockets here, a handful of different items. This is a trauma pack. It's made by, Adventure Medical Kits here, but this has got quick clot in it. This for, if you're out hunting. Obviously, if anything serious happened at the range and you had to stop bleeding, it's good to have some sort of kit like this available to you immediately. Sunscreen. This is the ultimate survival tech. No, this is the Survivor fire starters. That's what it is. magnesium and ferro rod, and I've used this just out of the range so we can usually make if it's in the winter, make a little fire a little bit away so we can warm up. Last thing I have in this pocket is a very basic headlamp from Ultimate Survival Technologies. They gave this to me at SHOT Show a couple years ago as well, and this is nice if you have to, certainly if you're out later on in the evening, or if it gets dark while you're out there and you need to leave or hike out in the woods in the dark. You can have a little light. And then additionally, if you need to be looking down into something, if you've got to do some sort of repair, to have this and have your hands free is certainly a nice option. Over here in this pocket, I have an extra pair of safety glasses in case there's an issue with the other pair I already showed you. I have a couple notepads, some hand sanitizer, I have a couple pens and a pencil and a Sharpie. There's an outer pocket here behind these ones before you go to the main section, and the only thing I keep in there is a very basic camp towel. This is mostly used just to wipe sweat off my face when I'm out there on a hot day. Going into the main portion of the bag now, I do have a fleece and I have that all rubber banded so it's a little bit more compact in the main section. I've got some ear pro. I've got some clothespins, and I use these to hang targets on the rope. I'll show you in a moment. I have a tarp since I'm often out there in wet weather or the snow. I can just throw this out, lay this out. I think this is like a 3x5 or maybe a 4x6 tarp. Keep all my gear out of the snow. Do have a safety vest. This is for walking in the woods, just if there's anybody else out there. Sometimes I'll just keep this on at the range as well. Down at the bottom, you can see what it is, and I should not have to explain that to you. Down here, I've got some rope, and the reason I use this instead of paracord is it's just very inexpensive, and sometimes I'll run this between two poles or two trees and then hang my targets out this, and if this gets shot up or torn up, I'm not worried about it because it's not more expensive paracord. That's what I use that for. And then down here in this section, I do have, this is the Uncle Mike's shotgun shell belt, so this allows me to keep more shells on me if I'm out there running the shotgun for the day. We have two more internal pockets here, and you can see I've got some masking tape. I mostly use this just to put up targets. First aid kit, I already showed you the trauma kit. This has got some bandages and stuff for basic first aid, as well as some Advil, acetaminophen, things like that. And then down here, I've got an ice pack. And over in this one, I've got an Under Armour beanie for when it gets a little bit colder. And then I've got a chamois scarf. And this can have a ton of different uses. Basically, I can put things on it, use it as a scarf. It's a good general purpose item to have in a range bag, I think. There you have it, my range bag. I've been using this for probably a year and a half, 2 years now. And when I bring this setup out there, I haven't actually run into a situation where I needed a ton of additional items, or I can't really think of any situation where I needed other items. This has always covered everything that I've really needed. If I'm going to bring some extra food out there, I can throw it into this bag. Where I actually put, say, a pistol, I can put this in the bag. I can put that in the bag. I can throw some ammo in the bag. I can throw some mags in the bag. And then if I want to, if I'm going to be working on a specific type of training, I can throw those targets or whatever else I need into the bag as well. But that's kind of depending on what I'm doing each time I go out. I'll set up or add a few additional things to the bag. But this, what you're looking at, is the basics that I have with me every time I go out to the range. Thanks for checking out the video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids here on YouTube. We've got lots of videos on lots of different topics coming out all the time. So if you subscribe, you'll be getting the updates as soon as those videos are available. And we're also over on Facebook. Please like us there, follow us on Twitter, and check us out on Tumblr. Take care.